And the greatest driver.
Jose!
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Casey.
owes me $5. At the front, man. On the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Yes, as we get rolling here, a few safety rules. First, if you need guest assistance, or if you have a medical emergency, or if you drop something of value off the side of the tram, or you notice any extensive audio or video issues, reach up and grab the red cord that runs along the center of the tram ceiling. I'll be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please remain seated, keeping your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. The studio is private property, and if at any time during the tour you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, remain seated. Also, please, no smoking of any kind during the tour, and be prepared. Our tour today does feature loud noises, fire effects, and a whole bunch of water effects, so you might get a little bit wet. There's also sudden tram movements on the tour, so secure your personal belongings and hold on. Finally, for your safety and those around you, while aboard, we ask you do not use selfie sticks. Alright, with the safety rules out of the way, we'll have to make our way down the hill. That's the Universal timeline. You see a lot of the great films Universal has produced throughout the years. Also on our right, we're going to be passing by a section of the Starway escalator system. It is one of the longest continuous escalators in the world, so, you know, we got that going for us. Also in the distance off to the right, you're going to get kind of a brief elevated view of Super Nintendo World, home to Mario and Luigi. If you haven't taken a visit yet today, I'm sure that you will at some point. Also on our left, of course, we'll see a bit of our roller coaster, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, currently in technical rehearsals. It's going to make that very clear. It's not officially open, just in technical rehearsals. Anyway, like I said, we'll make our way down the hill. See a lot of the great films, Peacock and NBC television. And this year, NBC is celebrating its 100th anniversary, from trailblazing radio and television to watching The Today Show, The Voice, Saturday Night Live, The Office, The Night Show with Jimmy Fallon, and every beloved show in between. NBC has moved entertainment, news, and sports for an entire century. Of course, we are celebrating all year long. As we continue down the hill, coming up on our right, we're going to be passing by Fire Station 51, which Fire Station 51 is a real working fire station in our law. It was actually named for the fictional Fire Station 51 from our television series Emergency, shot on a property back in the 1970s. But this is where we leave the real world behind to continue on into the cinematic world of make-believe. We're heading down the hill to the front lot. It houses the majority of our sound stages being big barn-like structures that have been soundproofed. And inside of those stages, we can create any environment that the story demands. Coming up ahead will be a great example. It's Soundstage 12. It's actually our oldest and largest soundstage. It's been used by numerous productions throughout the years, and we'll take a look at a few of them here.
That was kind of sad. They took out my letter. That's what's sad. I heard that was you. And that was their show. That made me sad more than ever.
Yes, a lot of history inside of Stage 12. Now, one of the more recent big productions to use Stage 12 was The Voice. The Voice moved out a while back, but they are still on Universal Lot. We're now using a couple of our backlot sound stages, which will pass by a little bit later in the tour. Also, as we make our way toward the end of the timeline now on the left, one of the final posters is going to be for Oppenheimer with Cillian Murphy, and that is our most recent Academy Award winner for Best Picture.
Hollywood Harry?
We'll get to the end of the timeline, and from here we officially enter the front lot. As we do so, on our right, we're going to be passing along the backside of Super Nintendo World. Off to the left, of course, we'll pass by more sound stages. A while back, Stage 11 here on the corner was used by the HBO Max series Hack, starring Emmy Award winner Gene Smart, also Emmy Award winner Hannah Einbinder. They've since moved to some different stages here on our front lot. Also, as we pass by these stages, you notice some of the doors on them are, well, quite large. Those big double doors, they do have a special name. They're called elephant doors. In the early days of the studio, we shot a lot of movies with large exotic animals, including elephants. We needed a door that could accommodate an elephant getting on stage, hence elephant door, and, well, the name stuck. Most of them are closed, however, there is one partially open on stage 7 coming up on the left. Give you a chance to take a little peek inside as we travel past. You always want to keep an eye out, never know who or what you might see on the studio tour. There is also a great big building directly ahead of us. It is the Carl Laemmle building. It's named after our studio founder. Quite as a day that we open up the studio gates, allow the public to come in and watch the then silent movies being made. As we continue along here, coming up on our left is stage 14, one of our larger Footlots sound stages. A while back, it was used by our Peacock series Bel Air, starring Jabari Banks and Audrey Showington. Stage 14 actually began its staging career as stage 27. After a few years, it was renumbered as stage 21, and now it's stage 14. Back in 1995, it housed Mission Control for Apollo 13, directed by Ron Howard and starring Tom Hanks, Gary Sinise, Kevin Bacon, and Bob Paxton. Now coming up on the right, we're going to be passing by some sound shielding panels. Not terribly exciting, but on the side of those sound shielding panels is one of our upcoming haunted houses for Halloween Horror Night events. Those are starting September 3rd and running on select nights throughout September 3rd. Always a very festive time for us here at University. Also on our right, we're going to pass by yet even more sound stages. We do have a lot of them. Over the years, Universal has had many visionary filmmakers work inside of these sound stages, and that does happen to include everyone's favorite director, James the Minion. Bungalow 5195 years ago belonged to Alfred Hitchcock, who directed such films as Psycho, Vertigo, and the Birds, and as we pass by, you'll see Hitch's profile next to the bungalow numbering. We still got a little tribute to him there. And then finally on the left, we get to the last two of our Footlots sound stages, 25 and 26, home to our NBC series St. Dennis Medical, starring David Allen Greer and Wendy McClellan. Now, sound stages are nearly soundproof, but definitely not monster. Only what the camera needs to see. Your imagination will actually fill in the rest. A lot of the facades will look like they're made out of brick, stone, and mortar. That's not the case. Quite a few are actually foam, rubber, and fiberglass. We have a wide variety of facades to portray a wide variety of time periods from the late 1800s through the present day, and even a little beyond. We pretty much use them for whatever we might need. Now we're going to come into a bit of a clearing, and on the far right is Brownstone Street, where the stairways go into the facade. We're doing a little prep work and adding some greenery on Brownstone Street as of late, but take a look at that, and then take a look at this. And that is where Jim Carrey lived in the 2003 hit Bruce Almighty, where Brownstone Street was used to portray Bruce's hotel in Buffalo, New York.
Back to the Future 2. They still use the old sets.
Yes, thank you, Bruce. We'll now make our way into Courthouse Square, best known as Hill Valley, from the first two Back to the Future films, with Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, and Leah Thompson starring. As we round the corner off to the left, to the big City Hall structure, at the top center, that is where Doc Brown harnessed the bolt of lightning. So Marty McFly, Back to the Future in the first film. Now this is how it looked back in '85 for the first Back to the Future movie. Hard to believe Back to the Future turned 41 on July 3rd. And in those years, well, some things at Courthouse have changed, but that is still the same spot. A couple years before Back to the Future, Courthouse Square was used in Psycho 2. Back in the 60s in To Kill a Mockingbird, little history here. A little more recently, it portrayed Buffalo, New York during different portion of Metro on our way out of this section of the back lot. Also, another recent production to have shot in the Metro area is St. Denis Medical, which is incredibly convenient for them. Their sound stages are right there. Of course, we passed those a little earlier. When they need to use Metro, they go across the street. They do not have to go far. Very convenient. Anyway, we'll make our way back into Metro. Coming up on our left, got a little bricky nook, is how I like to put it. Got some trailers here. These belong to St. Denis Medical. Also, I think one of their picture car ambulances is here as well, so we'll pass that by. The lower corner there of stage 30. This is where the boys moved to after they left stage 12 on the front lot a few years back. Also, I never get really a chance to point this out, so I'm going to do it today. Got this big water tank here off to our right-hand side. Basically up on the right. Here is your rain. Sprinklers high overhead, shoot water up into the air. The water comes right back down, gives you the illusion of falling rain. So, no matter how many consecutive days of sunshine we might have in Universal City, we can make a rain and thunderstorm whenever and wherever we want, including right here on the back lot. And it is nice in these warm summer months. It's nice to come down here, get a refreshing shower, kind of cool off before the remainder of the tour. But regardless of when we're here, we don't want to stick around too long. We're in a low-lying area at the bottom of the hill. Too much rain can potentially cause certain problems like a flash flood or a mudslide. So we need to be mindful of the amount of rain that... Uh-oh. Too much rain. It's flash flood time. Water gets close. Look out.
Oh my.
And that is our flash flood on the back lot in 2002 using the film Big Fat Liar. Subway theme. And it looks like we have made our way off to San Francisco. Also, one thing we don't want to do while we're in stage 50 is touch anything. This is a hot set. Everything is pretty much exactly where they want it. So whenever it is they come back to work, basically all they have to do. Okay, hey, a little seismic activity. Hopefully just a quick tremor, but you never know. So, okay, let's do the big one. Hang on. Through our television production. It's a real one. And we're going to peel off of Spielberg Drive for a bit. The next little section that we'll travel through has a good amount of vehicles in it. They are picture cars. A picture car, again, a vehicle on a set that can be seen by the camera. Wow. It'll be all on our left as we make our turn. Start off with one of our glamour trams, like we saw from the tram cameo video a little earlier. That is actually one of the vehicles we used to use people on tours in the 60s, 70s, and a bit into the 80s. Got the gyrosphere from Jurassic World, the Jeep from Jurassic Park. Flintstones made donations a while back, very nice of them. More toward the end, we have Biff's convertible from Back to the Future, vehicles from Back to the Future 2. Duesenberg is here from The Mummy Returns, all kinds of good stuff. Also, these next few sections we'll travel through, they have a lot of extra set pieces being built. They're going to be used for our terror tram. We're around the corner and find ourselves in a very historic and honestly kind of creepy set of the Bates Motel. In the distance, the Psycho House. These are two of the oldest freestanding sets in all of Hollywood. Now, the Psycho House up on the hill is built at 3/4 scale. That means on screen, it's going to look farther away than it actually is. It's also what we call a shell structure. You open up the front door, it's just one big wide open space. Does not have any interior rooms. On our way up to the Psycho House, we'll pass by a replica Hollywood sign, decked out for the 25th anniversary of Fast and Furious. The actual Hollywood sign on the side of Mount Lee has 45-foot tall letters. A replica there has 10-foot tall letters. So we'll make our way up past the Psycho House. We'll take it right by the front door. Probably the most iconic structure of the Universal Battle Lot.
It's right up there.
We pass by the Psycho House, make our way into another fantastic set. The incredible crash site from Steven Spielberg's version. Private residences. So some people get up in the morning and have their, I don't know, avocado toast and coffee and look out at the Universal lot. Not too shabby, huh? Of course, while we're here, let's take a look at the scene this set was used for.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steve had.
Again, to sit down and talk about the War of the World. I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big
Realistic set pieces. The film did feature over 500 effect shots, more than Mr. Spielberg ever used before. Speaking of Mr. Spielberg, as we make our exit from the War of the Worlds crash site, we'll come back out on the Spielberg Drive, but just very briefly, because next up we're going to be taking you through Jupiter's Claim, the actual sets used in the production of Academy Award.
They don't want us to see. I can't believe.
Right next to one.
Yep. I still can't believe we're gonna step through Ozzy Osbourne's maze. Oh, it's beautiful. And they're gambling down there. That's what's happening, I believe. That's insane.
Always know when to quit.
In the age of the dinosaurs, a vast ocean was home to an explosive apex predator of the deep.
You are clear for entry.
How you guys feeling? Alright. You said gonna get wet in the middle. Look at
said I wouldn't get wet like this.
in the back side of water.
Who likes to splash around in the water. You may even see our new baby Stegosaurus, one of the latest additions to our Jurassic World family.
Oh, it's broken again.
In a moment, you will be entering Predator Cove, home to some of Jurassic World's most powerful creatures.
Yeah, that's wetter than usual.
Hold all boats in safe zone.
Out of containment. Active containment units in Predator Cove. Repeat, AC units in Predator Cove. All red. I am going out of squad support.
Patching in until the Ladies and gentlemen, this is Claire Deering. Please remain calm. We have assets out of containment and help is on the way. In the meantime, please.
The security team is deployed. They will get you safe.
Owen Brady, the Indominus for assisting. Please remain in the boat and stay calm. Asset control units are on their way. Please point towards the tower.
Listen to me. Do not panic. If you can see me, I need you to keep your hands inside of the boat. The slightest movement will set these animals off.
Did you get wet? You did? I didn't get wet at all, you're right. You did? You're right about the middle though. Oh no! Bad Dilophosaurus. Oh! Whoa! Heads up!
You're gonna go again. Welcome back.
Yeah, why not?
Here's the station.
Alright guys, they have this thing right here for Halloween Horror Nights like they did before. There's 3 of them. There's 1, 2, 3. That's crazy. So let's be shooting out flames when we go to Horror Nights soon. Oh, there's Frankenstein's wife over there. And that store was called Cartoony Universal. That's how I know, because I was like looking it up on YouTube, and then sure enough I found it, and there it is, right here. Crazy. Alright guys,